from the play-in tournament. That makes me really happy. We're smoking that Laker pack all day long, Tim. We're smoking that Laker pack all day long.
LeBron.
Clowning the Lakers, clowning them. They were favored to win the Western Conference. They're not even going to the play-in tournament, a.k.a. the NIT of the NBA. Warriors are rolling right now. They're the number 3 seed in the West as of now. We'll see if they can win 3 in a row to secure that number 3 seed in the Western Conference, but they have locked up home court advantage in the first round. But oh baby, YouTube, Twitch is humming. The Xfinity mobile text line is rocking and rolling right now as we have Tim Hardaway Sr. live in studio, Warriors legend. And Tim, first of all, on behalf of Shasky and myself,
oh my goodness,
congratulations for finally getting your due. You have been selected to be a member of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2022. You are one of the best point guards in the 90s, and you're finally getting recognized for it. Tim, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's more than me, you know. It's a kid from Chicago, South Side Chicago, East Side Chicago. You know, a village raised a kid to become this type of basketball player. With all the, I call it constructive criticism that I took and used it to my ability to go out there and show people that I was a guy that y'all say I couldn't do stuff. I can go out there and do it and get it done, and worked on my game and had fun playing, you know. But I had a lot of great people around me and raised me, and I listened to them. You know, a lot of people didn't listen to people that was helping them. I listened to people that wanted to help me, and I understood what they were saying, and I used that to go out there and be a better person. First of all, better person and a better ball player.
I mean, you were a great ball player, and I think I speak for B on most of the guys our age. They rock number 10, killer crossover. Like, you were the dude. I mean, you were that guy. Take me to the beginning, though. You get to the Warriors. You wore number 5 first, right? Because you got a number 10 chain. So how did you get back to number 10? I want to know that, because that's the number you're most synonymous with.
His iced out, man.
He looks great.
I got to tuck mine in because Tim's
you look great.
shining.
You know, I had this chain. A lot of people say, how long you had the chain for? I said I had the chain ever since I got drafted.
Really?
Yeah, since '89. My buddies, they bought this for me for getting drafted into the NBA, and actually they got it made for me. And so I get to the Warriors, and Manute has number 10.
I remember.
I said, Nudie, they was like, sometimes, you know, you get the jersey for $10,000, $20,000, $25,000, whatever. And Nudie grew up wearing number 10 also. So he was like, I tell you what, if you give me $500,000, I will give you your this number 10. I said, man, that's my whole salary. He said, I know. I said, can I have number 5, please? I'll take number 5, please. And he's saying, okay. And I just wore number 5 as a rookie. So it worked out well. You know, I was around great characters,
right?
But great people and great basketball players. My first year with Nudie Bowl. I mean, God rest his soul. We miss him, Nudie. He was a great person, and just love talking to him. He kept the locker room.
Kept them loose and light. That's what I heard.
Loose
and
light. Him and Tom Tolbert. And Tommy.
What about
T.
Nelly? Because Nelly to me is one of those, like, we talk about Bill Walsh a certain way in this market, but Nelly also mad scientist, also kind of like your crazy uncle. What was he like at the beginning?
Nelly, you know, in the NBA it's different, and I know it's just different. Some coaches, they let you go out and just do your thing. Some coaches, they like real structural and controlling.
Like Pat Riley?
No, Pat Riley wasn't controlling. Pat Riley was in depth. Pat Riley was serious. You know, Pat Riley wanted you to understand, hey, this is how we supposed to play, and this is how we supposed to carry ourselves.
Right.
Don Nelson was loosey-goosey, but he was all business too. And when it was time to practice, we practiced for 2 hours. He ran us, He got into our butts and made us understand what we need to do and how we need to do it to get better. And then at times you just relax. Okay, whoever hits a half court shot, we gone. No practice. Sometimes it took like 10 minutes to hit a half court shot. He was like, "All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow." That's not gonna happen with Pat Riley. Pat Riley is precise. He's in depth, and I loved it. I had two great coaches,
legends.
Hall of Famers,
legends,
Hall of Famers. Don Nelson created basketball the way it is today, and nobody never gives him the credit. And they think it's D'Antoni, and I keep saying no, it's not D'Antoni. It was when D'Antoni went to the Phoenix Suns, social media started coming out, a lot more TVs or cameras out there to show different type of ways how he was doing everything. In the 90s, 89, 90, it wasn't that much. There wasn't no social media.
No.
There wasn't many cameras.
No.
So and the media wasn't. It was just our media here. Mm-hmm. And Nelly created small ball. Nelly created point forward.
Yeah.
Nelly created point center.
Yep. And you know what? You talk about creating things and not getting the credit. We're talking to Tim Hardaway Sr., who's live in studio, going into the Basketball Hall of Fame, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame later on this year. And congratulations to him on that honor. It's long overdue. But you talk about Nelly not getting credit for creating small ball 5 or Rod Higgins or whatnot.
Right.
What about you not getting credit for the killer crossover? Everybody always goes to Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
They go to Kyrie. The UTEP two-step. We're on the playground here in the Panhandle Park in the
100%.
city. Talk about the UTEP two-step. And all of a sudden, Iverson comes around, and Iverson's a great player. He's iconic. He changed the culture. But they don't give you your love for the crossover. And we've talked about that before, Tim.
I tell you this. ESPN don't put me on nothing. And, the crossover, they don't talk about me on the crossover. They always say Allen Iverson, which is a carry. And, in the ballparks, he wouldn't got away with that.
You sound like my dad. My dad says that all the time.
The playground, that's not happening.
They will stop the game.
Yep.
The old guys would literally stop the game and say, "You can't dribble like that." And that's the way I was taught. You got to have your hand on top of the basketball. Mm-hmm. You got to do a legal move. Or they'd just stop the game and say, "You can't do that. You can't play over here. Go over there and play with the young people," or something like that, and do that over there. But here, you're not going to be able to do that because you're going to play the right way. And but yeah, that's ESPN. They created that monster, and everybody think that Allen Iverson has the crossover. But no, I have the crossover. I have the killer crossover, the original killer crossover, and everybody's doing my crossover. If you see on TV,
right.
They practice it, they doing it. I tell guys you gotta get lower to do it. You can't be straight up and down.
Right.
And I see them at the combines doing it. I see them in college doing it. So they're not doing his because that's not a legal move.
Yeah.
So the only one that's really doing it, but he's 7 feet doing it, is Kevin Durant.
Oh, he's a freak.
Yeah.
Who taught you to crossover?
Yeah, I was just
nobody never taught me to crossover. I always learned how to dribble. I practiced on dribbling. I did it, I just walking up and down the street dribbling, going to get milk, going to get cigarettes, going to get whatever my mom and my dad wanted to get from the store. Work just when it was. I'm from Chicago, Midwest, where sometimes it's 10 below, sometimes it's 3 or 4 feet of snow outside,
right.
And you can't go outside and dribble. So we had a basement. I used to dribble in the basement and just go through my legs and spin moves and act like these beams was men, and I just practice on the beams. But yeah, I just love to dribble. Always had a ball in my hands from grammar school to high school. Always had a ball. Went to class with the ball. Went to school with a ball. It was always in my hand. It was always around me. So, that's it. It just came natural to me because I practice all the time, just dribbling, and the crossover just happened. I didn't know I had like a signature move that I used all the time. I didn't know. Seriously, I didn't know. I just went out there and played, and I just went out there and knew that I had a move. I had a go-to move that I could get past people, and I had a lot of stuff. And
you had a bag.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff, but that move right there, you come down, you see the people in their eyes, you'd be like, what he gonna do? What he gonna do? You got him. But yeah, I just had a lot of moves, and the crossover was just one of the good ones that I used all the time.
You know, Tim, take me back, because we have been focusing primarily every time we talk to you about the Warrior years, but you come back from the leg injury, and then you get shipped out to Miami, and I was devastated. I know B was devastated.
Oh yeah, I remember the day
Everybody was devastated.
Bimbo Coles was like, damn,
jaw dropped. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Too? Like, man.
But I rooted for you in Miami because you were our guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what did it mean to come back from that knee injury and to play with Pat Riley, Alonzo, some of those guys down in South Beach, to kind of reinvent yourself and let everybody know you're the man? Because you finished in the top 10 of MVP voting, correct?
Top 5.
Top 5, I'm sorry.
Right.
And All-Star games.
Excuse you.
Apologies.
Let's get it right, Shasky.
My bad.
And a couple
bad.
All-Star appearances.
Exactly.
Right,
You know,
right.
Conference,
You had some great years with the Miami Heat, and I think a lot of people thought maybe they had seen the best of you. So to come back from that was pretty special.
Well, you know, I got to credit that to people in Chicago too. Whenever we went out and played pickup, All-Star games, whatever, summer league games, guys, when I came back, guys used to pick me up full court.
Wow.
And I was like, I never got picked up full court. And guys just like, we gonna see what you got now. We don't think that you have it anymore. And I was like, huh? So they made me get back to where I used to be by picking me up full court. And I had to show them that, no, I'm still the Tim Hardaway. I still got the crossover. I can dribble. I'm still fast. I'm still quick. And so I had to show them each and every time I went out there on the court for a whole summer. And that's what really got my knee and my head in tune with one another again. And I forgot about my knee. And I just went out there and focused on basketball.
Interesting.
And when I was playing.
Yeah.
And when I went to the Heat, you know, Pat, I was like about 230 pounds. I was overweight. And Pat practiced. And we practice and we run. And what he does in practice, excuse me, a lot of people think that he was killing us in practice. To me, it was just practice, and we went out there and we was in shape. We was ready to play 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. At times, you know, in playoffs, we probably didn't need that because we was already in shape. We just need to walk through some stuff and do some stuff. But we was always engaged. We was always prepared. We understood what we needed to do, and that kept our minds sharp, and it kept our bodies real in shape. And the guys that was there, we liked it. You know, right. we like doing that because we knew that we was going to be prepared and ready to go play against anybody, anywhere, and we could beat them anywhere.
And y'all were really good down there in Miami. We're talking to Tim Hardaway Sr. Got about 10 minutes left with him. He's live in studio. He's going to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Heck, I think he may be joining us on TV a little bit later with your man, Chris Mullen. And speaking of Chris Mullen and Mitch Richmond, to this day, you guys were only together for 2 years.
Yeah.
And to this day, Run TMC gear is all over Chase Center.
No question.
It's all over Thrive City. It's all over the Bay Area because of those 2 seasons. And everybody loves you guys. So talk about that relationship with Tim, with Mitch and Chris, because I'm sure you gave them the call when you got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
No question,
into the
I
Hall
did.
of Fame. And what was that conversation like?
Well, after I called my parents and my kids. And, you know, we cried, all of us cried for about, you know, as long as we was on the phone. And then I called Mitch. I said, wait, hold on for a second, Mitch, hold on for a second. And then I called Mully, and Mully answered the phone. I was very surprised Mully answered the phone. He answered the phone. And
he loves FaceTime.
Yeah, he loves FaceTime, but I got an Android, so it's not FaceTime. He just called. So I said, hey man, I just want to call y'all and tell you I'm in. And Mitch was like, what? And Mully knew already. He was like, yeah. And Mitch was like, what you mean? I said, man, I'm in the hall. And Mitch started like yelling and screaming and everything too. We always just on the phone like, hey man, you know, congratulations and stuff. And we shedded a tear. We all 3 of us shedded a tear. And then Mitch, after we hung up the phone, Mitch texted me a long text and said, man, I can't say what he said. We on radio.
Right.
It's still family stuff here. But he said,
we don't want to get fined.
Right.
You got the money to pay for the fine.
Right. No. But he said, he's very happy for me, and
That's cool.
long overdue, and he loves me, and it's a big deal.
It's incredible, Shasky, that they're still tight.
Well,
They
that's
only
what I
played
was going to
2
ask.
years, yeah.
Because I was going to say, like, there's a lot of teammates that we've had at different sports and stuff. You become friends more than just playing ball together.
Yeah.
It's like a life bond. What is it about Mitch and Chris Mullin? Like, what is it outside of basketball that you guys so connect to each other? Because it seems very real.
We genuine people. We real people. We approachable. You could talk to us. We grew up that way. When we started playing with one another, it was just a vibe that just grew in practice, grew on the road, grew in games. You could see in each other's eyes who they, before the game and shoot them around. You could see in their eyes
Who got it?
who had it that night.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can see guys on the team see it in all three of our eyes. They be like, "Oh, this we gonna run away with this." but it's just a bond that we had. And when Mitch got traded, Chris and I think we was the saddest.
Yeah.
It kind of like to our hearts. And it was just difficult to see Mitch on another team.
Has Nelly ever said anything about that since to Mitch, to you guys? Like, my bad, I shouldn't have done. I'm just curious, because he's very reflective in his older age.
Yeah, he's very reflective in his older age.
And so I'm just curious if you ever had a moment of truth serum where he was like, probably wasn't my best move.
Not yet. He has not done that yet. Not yet. We still trying to figure out why.
And people are still killing Billy Owens for him. Poor
man.
Billy O. Look, Tim, you don't even gotta say
I
anything.
know.
Your face says
I
it
know.
all. And then the other thing that a lot of people want Don Nelson to make amends
What a great
for
interview.
is to trade for Chris Webber.
Yes.
Trading away Chris Webber. You were out that year when they played Phoenix and got swept. But
Right.
I remember we were kids, and I remember the Sporting News. I thought
we
there
were
was
gonna
one
be-
publication. They had you guys going to the NBA Finals.
I thought we were.
Because you were coming back.
Yep.
It was I wish I was playing because I could have made Nelly and Weber understand each other. Nobody I don't think nobody was there to talk to Weber and to make him understand how Nelly does stuff and what Weber should have been doing, and it would have been fun for him to do it. He learned later on what Nelly was trying to do with him. That's what they was doing in Sacramento. And he was handling the ball. He was initiating offense. He was throwing behind the back passes. He was doing a lot of that stuff. But in his early years, I think his rookie year, he wanted to be down low, bag people in, and make plays that way. He could have done both, but at that particular time, he really didn't understand the ramification of what Nelly was trying to do.
That pick and roll would have been.
I mean, come on, it'd been lethal. You guys would have played better in this era. I mean, I think you guys would have been flourishing.
Oh, no
in
question.
This era.
No question.
I want to get to your teammates because in the break room, you were telling us all the wild teammates: Tolbert and Mully, and obviously Mitch Richmond. We talked about Manute,
Victor Alexander. You hear
played
that
with
story?
Spreewell. We haven't even
Spreewell.
brought up
Yep.
Spreewell, and then all the guys for the Heat: Mashburn, Mourning, Marley, like some legendary college and NBA players. Who's the wildest teammate that you ever had?
Wildest?
Yeah, who was the wildest dude? Like,
Let me guess, Chris
he's
Gatlin.
on max all the time.
Would you guess? Would you guess Chris Gatlin?
And when
Victor
Kemp
Alexander?
hit Gatling with the fingers, come on, did you guys give him grief
Alton
for that?
Lister?
That dunk that Kemp had on Chris Gatling? Woo!
Well, the dunk. What made it bad was Chris Gatlin dapped him.
Yeah.
After he got dunked on and won, Chris Gatlin shook his head and gave him dap.
It's like, bro.
I said, if you ever dap somebody up, that dunked on you, he embarrassed you.
Yeah.
I mean, that was embarrassing. Don't. But it was a great dunk.
It was such a sick dunk.
But don't dap him up.
Feel me?
You know, maybe turn your head and just be like, damn, I just got dunked.
He got me.
You know, he got me. But yeah, but don't dap him up. But no, Chris Gatlin, I'm gonna tell you a real quick story. We in Miami, and we just playing a game, and it was a Monday night going on Tuesday morning. I hear somebody bamming at the door. Bam, 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 bam. Like the police or something. I get up. It's Chris Gatlin at 6 in the morning. He said, man, I went to the greatest party in the world. I said, what are you talking about? I went to the greatest party in the world. He said, I said, what's the name of it? He said, it's liquid, but it's not liquid. It's called Fat Black Pussycat. So I said, what? He said, yeah. I'm like, who named a club or a night like that? They said, man, that's what it's called. So I wasn't in shape. So I said, I can't go, for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I called my guys up. I said, yo, this is the greatest party in the world.
Where was it?
It was in Miami on the beach. I said, this is the greatest party in the world. Y'all got to come to this party
I don't even want to
on Monday
know.
night.
I don't even want to know.
Sammy Sosa used to fly.
No way.
He used to take a private jet.
Full Jerry curl and all?
Yes. Yes.
Straight to this party. Straight Chicago?
From Chicago on Monday nights. This was the best party in the world. But the craziest, I'm going to tell you this, the craziest teammate that I ever had, Tom Tolbert.
Really?
Oh,
Tom Tolbert was the best. Tom Tolbert used to say, this is what he used to do. He after practice on like a Monday or Tuesday, he said, all right, I'm going to Las Vegas. He'd go to Las Vegas and gamble and drink and have fun all night. Didn't take a shower. Come back the next morning at 6, 7 in the morning. Come straight to practice and just practice.
Wow.
And then he say, all right, I'm going home. Don't call me. I'm going home and go to sleep for the next 7 hours, 8 hours.
Like Rodman in The Last Dance,
Right.
huh?
Yes. Yes.
Basically, that
What
Rodman.
about Spree? Come on, you got to have something on Spree, because Spree is like one of my legendary favorite players.
Oh,
Spree, I'm going to tell you this. Spree was into himself, and he was quiet.
Okay.
Basketball brought a lot out of Spree. His exuberation, his just how he felt about stuff. So when he got on the court, he went out there and played to get the world off his shoulders.
Gotcha.
But he loved cars. He loved to put music in cars.
And those rims.
And the rims. But I'm gonna tell you this. He had a car where you could actually hear him come. We in the arena. Like on the floor. And all the doors was closed. You could actually hear his music through the building outside. And I'm like, Spree, and you could talk to him normally.
Right.
And you like, Spree, are you deaf or something? He's like, no, I just like my music loud. I said, Spree, that's unnormal to have your music that loud.
Yeah.
He's like, I just like it loud. I'm like, okay. But I thought he was going deaf, but he wasn't. But no, Spree was, he was a different guy, quiet.
Yeah.
He still is quiet.
Yeah.
Right.
But when he got on that court, he was different.
Before we get you out of here, Tim, what about this Warriors team now? You've seen them up close as personal. Your son suffered an unfortunate foot injury.
Yeah.
Here at Chase Center. Willie and I are watching it right there when he got hurt. And he was playing well in that game. He's a baller. Your son, Tim Jr., is a baller with the Mavericks. But the Warriors now, they're starting to get reinforcements back. Steph will hopefully be back by game 1 of the playoffs. What do you make of this team? Can they make some noise in the Western Conference? They're 3 seed right now. We're seeing Jordan Poole ascend. He's becoming a factor, a star in this league. Draymond's back. Clay's starting to find his rhythm here. What about this Warriors team? Can they make a run in these playoffs?
They could definitely make a run in the playoffs. You saw it before Clay came back. You saw it. You saw what Draymond Green means to this team. Draymond is a guy where he controls not only the tempo on the court, but he controls all the guys and make them understand what they need to do, how they play, what he's looking for. And I call him the head of the snake. You know, he's gonna go to bat for his teammates. He's going to make sure his teammates understand what they need to do out there on defense and offense. And with Clay, Draymond, and Steph, and then you got Wiggins that's playing well too. I think they haven't had a full week of practice with
Everybody all season.
on all season.
All season.
So I think this week will help them and make them understand exactly what they need to do and put them in tune. I'm not talking about defense.
Right.
Like the first 3 days, it's gonna be all right. This is what we're gonna work on. This is how we going to do it, and all of them gonna understand on offense what they need to do. And then I think they in the second half of practice they're gonna start working on defense and what we gonna do against the team that they playing against. But it's gonna be scary, man. If they stay healthy and no twits or anything go wrong with them, I think they could go far.
Real quick, because we're up against it. Who's inducting you? Who have you chosen? Who's going to be the first?
I know who's going to induct me.
It's got to be Mitch and Chris, right?
Of course, Mitch and Chris coming.
Come
All
on,
right,
man.
then I got Isaiah and Nate Archibald.
Oh, that's
that's
fantastic.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nate Archibald worked with the UTEP, if I'm not mistaken,
he
right?
was my assistant coach at UTEP my last 2 years. So
you learned from Nelly, Tiny Archibald.
It's unreal.
You had Isaiah from
Yes.
Chicago.
He had Pat Riley. in
Pat
his line.
Riley.
Again, you've had
Mully,
a
Mitch.
incredible NBA journey.
Alonzo Mourning. Sharunas Marciulionis.
No doubt. Yeah, we can't forget about
strongest man
Sarunas.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was legit.
Right? I mean, the forearms on that guy, right, Tim?
He was jacked, man.
You know, us white guys love those white guys.
I would tell you this. Me and Mitch come in sometimes. We be like, "Yo, man, you gonna have to stick him today." I just don't have it today. I'm like, I gotta stick him today. I'm like, man, all right. You had to get mentally prepared to stick him because if you didn't, you would get beat up.
Hey, Tim, man, we always love talking to you.
Yes,
you
thank you.
finally
Seriously.
getting your due, going to the Naismith Memorial
Thank you.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
The Bay Area will be watching. We'll
Absolutely.
be talking about it. We'll get you back on before that moment. No doubt it's going to be a special day for you and your family. It's long deserved. And then we're going to work on after we got you in Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame. We're going to make sure that number 10 is hanging up at Chase
Absolutely.
Center. It deserves to be
And
up
not
there at Chase
Minute
Center.
Bulls.
Not Minute Bulls.
Not Minute Bulls.
We can maybe go Hardaway
We love you,
/
Minute.
Bull or something. Maybe you want to put Ball down there at the bottom of the corner or whatnot. But we got to get your jersey up there in the Raptors at Chase
Thanks
Center.
for coming
Tim.
in.
Thanks
No,
for coming
thank
in,
you.
man.
Thanks for having
A lot
me.
of fun. Tim Hardaway Sr., everybody.
Let's
Give him a
go.
round of applause.
Let's go.
Coming live in the studio. Now it's time for Xfinity Flex moment of the show. Take it away, Langford.
You come back from the leg injury, and then you get shipped out to Miami. And I was devastated. I know B was devastated.
Oh, yeah. I remember the day it happened.
Everybody was devastated.
Bimbo Coles, it was like, damn.
Jaw dropped. Like,
Tim's
you got
gone
to be
down
kidding me.
too? Like, man.
But I rooted for you in Miami because
Yep.
you were our guy. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
what did it mean to come back from that knee injury and to play with Pat Riley, Alonzo, some of those guys down in South Beach, to kind of reinvent yourself and let everybody know you're the man? Because you finished in the top 10 of MVP voting, correct?
Top 5.
Top 5, I'm sorry.
Right.
And All-Star games.
Excuse you.
I apologize.
Let's get it right, Shasky.
bad.
And a
My
couple
bad.
All-Star appearances.
Exactly.
Right, right.
The Flex of the Show, presented by Xfinity Flex, the 4K streaming TV box with voice remote and Peacock Premium, free with Xfinity Internet.
Excuse you. I was top 5, and I apologize one more time. I cannot believe I disrespected you that way. My bad.
Disrespected legend. Get his vodka. I think we got a roll here.
It's okay.
We're in this studio, but we had
He
Tim Hardaway
flamed me.
Sr. He flamed you. Oh, we're doing crosstalk. Oh, no. Tim got to go.